All right. Here's the last bit for this first piece right here, right now. Okay, guys? I got some tips for you. This will may as well, they may help you, may not help you, but it'll at least give you an idea or something to think about when picking your lady or finding the one that you're with. Notice I said lady, not girl, not woman, lady, because that's exactly how you should be treating her, like she is a lady. If that means that when you're going on a date or you're coming to pick her up, doesn't matter what it is, you always show her your best. Always show her your best. Never your worst. Never your worst. And when you do show her your worst, you need to make sure that you're both on agreement right there, right then, so that you know both each other's good and bad. So don't talk about that. Yes, you have to actually talk about that. Don't just let her find out at random, because I guarantee you she will hate you after the first 10 minutes. Okay? So to keep this relationship sound, I'm gonna give you 4 tips right here how to keep your lady feeling secure. No, so she'll know that you're not gonna betray her straight up right here. First one is be forthcoming with information. You need to tell her information straight up front. Don't delay. Don't wait a day. Don't wait a few hours. Don't even wait a few minutes. Let her know almost immediately as soon as you find out, so that she has nothing to worry about and she knows that you're taking this relationship sincerely. Okay? You need to keep that in mind. That's the number 1 tip right there. Second, I'm not going to tell you to take the lock off your phone, but don't hesitate to let her see your phone. You need to let her know she can trust you. If that means you have to give her your phone anytime she wants to see it, just so she can look through your contact list or what have you, by all means, go for it. Because as long as she knows she can trust you, and she knows more about you and who you know, who you're friends with, and what have you, the better off you'll be. The second one is to communicate your plans for the future. You need to let her know what your goals are, what you're aiming for, so she knows what you're trying to do, and nothing is a surprise. You're not trying to catch her off guard, and she knows that you're with her. You're including her in your plans at least, or let her know what your plans are with her. Okay, be straightforward with that type of information. You need to let her know so that the whole thing is secure. The last tip for making her feel secure is, for one, eliminate all your female friends. I'm not telling you to get rid of them. I'm not telling you to say, okay, I'm dating somebody. I don't want to see you ever again. No. You can still stay friends with them, but you need to make it known to all of them that you are dating a girl already. You found someone that you want to be with. We need to keep our relationship strictly, I guess you could say, platonic, and keep them at a distance. Okay, and let your girlfriend know who your friends are, so she knows, and then let her know that you told them this already, so that if something should come up, if it's an emergency with them and they call you just out of the blue because you're the only person they know to call, let her know as well what is going on, and don't leave her by herself to come and take care of them. Bring her with you. Okay? If she says it's fine, it's okay, I trust you, then great, you can go on your own, but do not ever leave your woman by herself to go help your friend, because that's the first thing she's automatically going to assume is something's wrong. Okay, you need to keep that in mind right there. And the second tip here is, do not nag her. Okay, they take no joy in a nagging man. Okay, the challenging thing for men to do is to nag, constantly ask her questions, constantly wanting to know how she's doing, where she's at. You know, it's great and all to ask her how she's doing. It's great and all to know where she's at. But no matter what you do, if you say you're going to do something, do it joyfully. No excuses. When you don't follow through, you weaken your integrity, and she will grow to distrust you, and that's the last thing you need. Eventually, she will nag you because she doesn't trust you, and that is the one thing you definitely do not want to have. Okay? Me being a guy who loves my peace and quiet and a sound mind, this is the last thing I want. Also, learn how to say no with kindness and mean it. Do not just be straight up say, hell no, I ain't doing that. Don't ever say that. Would you say that to your mom? Think about that for a minute. Watch your parents. If you have parents that love each other and care for each other, watch your dad. Don't parrot him. Don't copy everything he does, but watch what he does. Watch how he takes care of your mom. Watch how he loves her. Watch how he handles her, and learn from him. That way, you don't make the same mistake that a lot of people do, and their relationship ends a week or 2 or 6 months after it got started. Okay? Keep that in mind right there. That's tip 2. After this short interlude, I'm gonna bring you the next couple of tips, and then we'll finish off this topic right here. Okay? So the next topic here, the next tip is to work out your anxiety early in your life as soon as possible. Okay, this is a skill that can be easily learned. It's a good coach. It will help. Thing to do. It'll help you tackle any issues and build your confidence. Okay, this is something for all guys. It doesn't matter who or where you are. Okay, you need to be able to talk to people normally, notively, honestly. I'm not tell them about your life. No, no, no. You need to be naturally engaging. Okay, this is something that'll help make women comfortable around you when you talk to them, and it'll also keep you in a practice of not being rude. Also, it'll allow you to know which women to stay away from, which ones you can actually talk to, and but then at the same time know which ones are being mean or bothersome, in the same sense that issues with life or stuff that's happened to them. Okay, something that you might say when politely talking to a woman is, "I'm so sorry, I'm bothering you. My intention's only to be polite and friendly. I'm sorry if you thought I was looking for more," and then you move on. This is something when talking to women, especially when they think that you want something that you actually are not after. Okay, this is to keep your road nice and clear, so that even if the conversation doesn't go well the first time, you still have another chance, another try to talk to them. Okay, this is a known fact with a lot of people, even psychologists know this, and it's just to keep the air clean so that it works out well. Okay. Second thing is to have a woman friend that you can trust and ask for relationship advice. The best people usually is family members that have had successful relationships and are easy to access, easy to get to. And the reason for this is to have someone who understands the female mind and can help you. Especially since men in general tend to get frustrated and dismissive towards women. Like if they can't solve the problem immediately, they just dismiss it and they don't even worry about it, which then affects the woman emotionally, and it makes her want to either vent or process her feelings, and she won't know what to do. At the same time, it's basically this entire process is to help make up and fulfill her emotional needs. Okay, and men need to recognize this and learn to be patient. That is one of the main things that guys are not very capable of doing, is being patient. You need to be patient with her. You need to listen to her. It doesn't matter if what she's talking about is complete and utter bullshit. Doesn't matter. The whole point is to listen to her and listen through what she is saying and hear what the issue is. Because she could be talking about a lot of stuff, but there's a point to be made in there, and there's something she wants you to hear. Okay? Listening to her in earnest is the great way in helping her through her issues and her personal problems that you may not have noticed, or she may not have ever said to you in public or straight up. Okay, so that's a major thing right there. The next tip for relationships for men is, like I said before, is to listen up. Be the kind of guy that listens to her, hear how she talks, and you'll be able to show her how important she is to you straight up. Okay, and if you have any questions, you need to clarify them and draw out the answers from her, but in a way, that doesn't aggravate or irritate her or just make her think you just want to end the conversation. Okay, like I said before, open up with her. You need to be real. You need to communicate with her. Let her know you want the relationship and you want it to work. Okay, you want to at least date once or twice a week. You don't want it too often, because then you'll get so used to seeing each other you won't even want to see each other at all. Okay, spend the majority of your free time, if you can help it, with her. Also, mingle in friends groups and what have you. Decide what's right for you and her, but you need to talk to each other. You need to at least be near each other, or at least on the same page. Okay, and at the same time, you need to man up. Okay, straight up. This is personal experience here, because I slipped up on one of my relationships, but it's fine. I learned from it. Man up. Okay, it's fine to have a close relationship with your mom, but you need to remember that your girlfriend comes first, or your wife or your spouse, what have you. You need to remember that she comes first. That means telling her your exciting news before you tell your mom, sharing your secrets with her and her alone, and never giving her a reason to think that your mom is more important than she is. Okay, women want a real man. They don't want a boy who looks like one. Okay, that's the worst possible thing a guy can do, and it just makes how do I put it? It makes women want to run for the hills, and that's the last thing you want a woman to do with you. Okay, I'm gonna just be real with you right now. All right, so like I said, this is a lot of food for thought. This is stuff that guys need to think about. Like I said, thoughts. If this were you, you need to be careful what you do. Okay, and we're gonna go into now. We're gonna focus on the guys portion here when you're on a date. Okay, be present when you're on a date with her. You need to start engaging her. Ask her questions. Truly listen, opposed to prejudging anything she'll say to you. Okay, keep this in mind. You need to get to know her values, her beliefs, her goals, her dreams, and be gentle. Taking a deep breath, bringing your mind back to the moments when it wanders. Okay, do not let your mind wander. That's the last thing you do. Be focused on what she's saying. It doesn't matter if she's boring. It doesn't matter if it sounds like that English teacher that you don't like listening to, where you fell asleep in class. Don't ever, when you're talking to a girl, fall asleep while talking to her or doze off. Because the second your mind starts to wander, this right here builds an insecurity between you and her, and it starts building a wall that's going to be hard to tear down later. Okay, you want her to trust you. Okay, you need to bring your most confident self on each date and believe that you deserve to be loved. Okay, believe that you deserve to be loved, and so does she. Okay, it's common to experience dating jitters, but you just need to focus on your inner confidence and resist the urge to be self-critical in any way. As far as your thoughts are concerned. And remember that you attract a great partner through your own self-worth and availability. So as confident as you can be, just keep the conversation simple. If you don't know what to say, find something around you, find a topic, find something that she's interested in, that you know a little bit about as well, and strike a conversation with that, okay? Or if you can't figure out anything to say, you just can't come up with something, find something to do, go to a carnival, go see a movie, or go for a walk in the park, something, go out to eat. Just keep that in mind right there, okay? Next is it's a major thing for guys, okay? The reason why most relationships fall apart is because the important truth behind this is that you're hiding information, okay? The habit becomes a habit because one or more of the partners, whether it's you or her, don't react well to the truth or have shame about their truth, okay? This plays out with cheating, okay? We want to avoid this at all possible. This is basically where one partner is abusively accused of being attracted to another person so that they start to hide it and, basically avoid conflict. This repression makes the attraction grow and is fostered by the animosity from their partner. The animosity, I don't know why I said that. From their partner. Basically, the more resentful you are towards her for thinking that she's with another guy, or just because you see her with another guy, pushes her more towards that guy. That's something you want to completely avoid altogether. Doesn't matter if the guy walks up to her, doesn't matter if he's friendly with her. You need to keep yourself calm and collected. Ask her about it, but be as direct but as calm as you can about it without sounding mean or over anxious or worried, okay? There's two angles in which you have to approach this, okay? You both have to first be vulnerable and directly honest about everything that has happened with you, with each other, and with that other person as well, so that they know what's going on, okay? You must be honest. You must use honesty, okay, to force your partner to accept who you are, okay? I'm not telling you to say, okay, this is what's happened, you need to believe me. No, that doesn't work that way. If they don't believe it, leave it, okay? You're doing this so that you can create some space so that someone will, okay? Secondly, both must create an agreement of openness whereby, each will not punish honesty, but will work to accept it, okay? Like, say, okay, I accidentally drank too much and I ended up making out with this random girl, but I didn't mean to do it. Okay, first off, yes, if you got drunk, yes, it's your fault for anything that's happened. But at the same time, keep in mind that when you get drunk, you're not completely in control of yourself as well. And women are also notorious for this as well. I want the women to also think about that who are listening to this channel. You need to consider your actions as well, not just the guys. It's easy to get mad at a guy for drinking and doing the wrong thing with someone else who he was with. But at the same time, you need to remember that you're just as vulnerable for that same type of situation as he is. But, most women being emotional from the get-go, okay? If you can't be this open and honest with someone, then you don't need to be in a relationship at all, okay? Because your shame and issues will harm both you and the other person you hook up with, and most likely I'm gonna just be honest with you, this is psychologically unhealthy for both of you, okay? You need to work at your own self-acceptance pace and confidence. You need to work on your confidence first. Then you can go look for someone who enjoys you as you are. They need to appreciate you as you are, okay?